Leaving childhood, a boy entered a house of youth to begin his training. Priests scarred his torso and arms with the marks of the sun god and taught him the ballads glorifying fallen heroes.
The brave warriors and all the youths, each day, each night, should sing and dance, so that all the cities which lay about Mexico should hear.
At 15, the boy learned the tools of his profession: the bow and the sling, the javelin and the shield, but foremost, the club. It was studded with blades of obsidian, razor sharp and harder than steel. Such a weapon could sever a man's head with one blow. The boy learned how to live through battle and how to die nobly. He was not to fear death, but should even welcome it. The slain warrior would be borne away on tinted clouds to live honorably among the gods. He who survived and excelled could expect lavish rewards on earth. At 18, the boy was at last allowed to watch seasoned warriors in combat. With his second venture onto the battlefield came his first test. He and 5 other youths must take a prisoner. If they succeeded, they tore out his heart and offered it, still beating, to the gods. Then they feasted upon his body. The first captor was rewarded with the torso and right thigh. The 6th contented himself with the left forearm. Taking a second prisoner brought the young man new privileges and higher rank. A third gave him command of junior warriors and the right to dance and drink spirits at festivals. A 4th captive made him a fully fledged warrior. A 5th won him distinction in dress. After taking 6 captives, he joined the exalted ranks from whom officers and generals were chosen. However low a warrior's birth, glory in battle opened the way to noble rank and untold wealth. The king of the Aztecs fought beside his soldiers, wearing the most resplendent feathered headdress, but braving the same dangers. His authority rested upon his courage. South of Tenochtitlan, a party of Aztec spies entered a Mixtec city, renowned for its gold, feathers, and precious jewels. Unmasked, the spies were seized and publicly flogged. When he learned of this affront, the Aztec Emperor Moctezuma vowed revenge. From each ward within Tenochtitlan, he requisitioned food, arms, and equipment to provision tens of thousands of warriors. Lacking the wheel and beasts of burden, they were followed by just as many porters. Priests carrying effigies of the gods marched ahead, behind raiding parties and scouts, who relayed messages to the main body with conch shells. Days later, outside the Mixtec city, the 2 enemies met. The battle followed all the rituals of a performance. Generals in brilliant headdresses gathered to decide where they would fight and when. Receiving the instruction, "Prepare for battle," warriors hurled taunts across the field. When their priests announced the time was right, The chants and whistles and war cries were amplified by conch shells and drums into a riotous din. Now came the attack. Volleys of stones were flung from slings. Spears and darts showered both sides. Then, breaking ranks, the soldiers flew at each other. Amid the chaos of battle, men vied to show off their skill. The Aztec warrior fought as a solitary hunter, competing with his own kind for prey. No warriors stood out more than the elite of the nobles, dressed in splendid costumes and terrifying headdresses. The Knights of the Eagle and the Jaguar. Adopting their bird's unwavering stare, Eagle Knights, bedecked with feathers, screamed as they swooped down on their foe. With the stealth of a cat, the jaguars silently stalked their prey, then erupted in a frenzy as they pounced. The fury of the onslaught broke the Mixtecs' ranks. The survivors fled into their city. Amid the ruins, Moctezuma dictated harsh terms. The Mixtec king was strangled, his family enslaved. A back-breaking tribute was exacted. 2,000 finely woven blankets, 8,000 bunches of quetzal feathers, 40 bags of cochineal dye, 20 bowls of gold dust, strings of beads, bales of cotton, and sacks of chilies and salt. Behind the victors on their march home, a single file of captives dragged their feet through the dust, knowing their fate. On the next feast day honoring the sun god, prisoner after prisoner was led up the steps of the temple and stretched across a stone. Thrusting his flint knife under the victim's ribs, the priest reached in and tore out the heart. The proud captor was then handed a bowl of blood from his victim's chest. Dipping his fingers in it, he daubed it across the mouth of each stone idol in the temple. Once more, the sun god could do battle with the night, its thirst for the precious water quenched, until the next dawn. The world